Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. Wow, you guys are like me when I go to a pho restaurant. Every time I go to a pho restaurant, I'm like, I'm gonna get something new. I'm gonna get something new. I'm not gonna get pho this time. And then guess what happens? Every time I go, I just end up getting pho and I never get anything new. Yeah, this is like you guys, but with PayPal. Every time I want to talk about something new, you guys are like, no, just talk about PayPal. Because the videos where I talk about something else, they get like almost no views, and then the PayPal videos just blow up. Well, I love talking about PayPal, so you guys are in luck. And also, a piece of news just dropped this morning, in case you haven't noticed, which is the news that, of course, they've introduced a PayPal USD stablecoin. So I'm going to explain what that means and whether I like this development or not. And if we have time in the end, I'd also like to answer some questions I got on my previous PayPal videos. I don't know if we will have time. If not, that's okay, because I actually had another video planned for addressing those questions. But I'm going to push that video back later this week because this news is more breaking. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, what is a stablecoin? A stablecoin is a cryptocurrency that is pegged to a fiat currency or some other currency or commodity. Sometimes you can have a stablecoin that's pegged to gold as well, or silver, but those are way less popular. The most popular type of stablecoin is, of course, the USD-backed stablecoin, because the US dollar is still the most widely used currency around the world. So in practice, how this would work is that there will be a company that would hold US dollars in a bank account, or preferably multiple bank accounts, and they would issue a token on top of it on a blockchain. So that token would be called a stablecoin. In PayPal's case, they're using the Ethereum blockchain as the base blockchain layer, and they're going to issue a stablecoin on top of it. And the custody service that they're working with is a company called Paxos Trust. Now, Paxos does have their own stablecoin as well, called the Paxos USD or Pax USD. And they used to work with Binance to help Binance issue their BUSD until the US government basically just shut down BUSD because they don't like Binance and they don't want Binance to issue a stablecoin because apparently they haven't gotten the right approvals for it and stuff like that. But in any case, that issue was with Binance, not with Paxos. Paxos is well regulated and one of the most trusted names in the stablecoin issuer space. So they have a ton of experience doing this. And the new stablecoin from PayPal will be called PayPal USD, or PYUSD is the ticker. So yeah, why issue a stablecoin? I'm sure that's the question that's on everybody's mind, right? Like, what's the benefit of issuing a stablecoin? Well, according to PayPal's own words in the press release, PayPal USD is designed to reduce friction for inexperienced payments in virtual environments, facilitate fast transfer of value to support friends and family, send remittances or conduct international payments, enable direct flows to developers and creators, and foster the continued expansion into digital assets by the largest brands in the world. Most of the current volume of stablecoins is used in Web3 specific environments. PayPal USD will be compatible with that ecosystem from day one and will be soon available on Venmo. A brief note from the CEO as well. So CEO Dan Schulman says, our commitment to responsible innovation and compliance and our track record for delivering new experiences to our customers provides the foundation necessary to contribute to the growth of digital payments through PayPal USD. And I know some of you might be crypto skeptics, but I think even if you're not a fan of cryptocurrencies, I think you will still be able to see the benefits of blockchain technology in action. And I would argue that things like stablecoins are way, way different than what is typically considered crypto, even though technically, yes, it is a cryptocurrency. So basically, the benefits to the consumer is what PayPal described in their press release. It's exactly what you would expect, right? It's faster, it's going to be cheaper, it's going to be easier to use a stablecoin than it is going through the traditional financial system where you're sending money through like wire transfers, and which is slow and cumbersome, and they might charge you a high fee. And especially across borders, it's going to be a lot easier to send a stablecoin than it is to send a wire transfer. But I'm sure you guys are more interested in how it affects you as a shareholder and how it affects the company just in general. And again, full disclosure, in case you haven't figured it out by now, I am a shareholder of PayPal. So, take my words with a grain of salt. The following is going to be my opinion. So, obviously, I'm biased because I am a shareholder and I do have a couple of call options as well. But here's how I see it, right? So, the benefit of the company for issuing a stablecoin is pretty huge. So I don't know if you guys know this, but stablecoin issuing is a huge moneymaker. So how it works is that you issue a stablecoin, and every token is worth $1, right? Let's say it's a USD stablecoin, so every token is worth $1, and people have to give you $1 in cash for every single token. So let's say if you make 1 billion of these tokens, then you sell them onto the market, then you would get $1 billion back in cash in exchange, right? So assuming that a very small amount of people will actually want to convert it back into actual US dollars, because assuming that they would find transacting in PayPal USD to be so much more convenient than with cash, most of the money that you harvested as cash, you can invest into something safe. Let's say US Treasuries, which again, despite the Fitch downgrade, it's still pretty much risk-free, right? Like, the US government's going to pay you back. Now, you want to be somewhat careful with this part as well. Even though you will get paid back, you don't want to go crazy like SVB did, which was buy a bunch of long-term treasuries, which they can't get their face value back. They can't get their principal back for like 10 years unless they're willing to sell it onto the market for a loss. So you don't want to do what SVB did, which is huge duration risk. So instead, you might do something like short-term treasuries, which limits your duration risk, right? So by short-term, I mean like 3-month treasuries, which right now pays an annual rate of 5.4% approximately, which is an annual rate, by the way. So it's not 5.4% for 3 months. If you annualize it, it's 5.4%, but it's still a lot, right? So let's say if you did this with $1 billion, then you'd make $54 million a year from doing absolutely nothing. You literally just have to hold the treasury. And with the Fed still raising interest rates, that directly affects the treasury yield, right? So if they decide to raise the interest rate even more, which some people are saying that they're done, but some people are saying that they might raise again in September. Well, if they do decide to raise, the yield on these treasuries are just going to go higher. So under the right conditions, stablecoin issuing is basically like printing money. Now, I don't want to don't take this the wrong way. I don't want to make it sound like it's risk-free or anything. Of course, there is risk. But I think that as long as people trust that you have the ability to redeem the stablecoin into cash for any amount at any time, then you're good, right? You gotta just be very careful with being able to fulfill these redemption requests at a moment's notice. However, I think we're at a time where we've seen the bank runs that happen at SVB and at the US regional bank level, whereas companies are extremely aware of potential issues with the bank run. So we already seen the bank runs, so hopefully other companies have taken notes and in order to avoid having make the same mistakes, right? So I'm sure that given this news is just happening, they're just rolling out this product, PayPal USD, I mean, there's measures in place, hopefully, that will prevent bank runs the same way that we saw at SVB. Now, I do have faith in PayPal and Paxos to do this properly because, as I said, they have been in the game for a long time. Paxos is, again, one of the most well-trusted stablecoin issuer custody companies, and PayPal is one of the most well-known companies in the finance space in general. Now, to get a gauge of how Wall Street is reacting to this news, I think people are very bullish on this news, right? People are reacting to this news very well. It was generally really well received because PayPal was up 2.6% on the news today. And there's a lot of other tech stocks that were going down today, actually. Although, for Tesla, they went down a lot. Although for Tesla, I think it has to do with the news of their CFO leaving, but yeah, that's a whole nother story that I don't have time to get into right now. But yeah, at least for PayPal, the stock went up when the news came out, which means that investors and Wall Street and analysts, they're optimistic about this news, which is really nice. And again, I think this flies in the face of some of the bearish narratives that I've heard on PayPal, saying that PayPal is a dead company, they're stopping, they're not innovating anymore, and things like that, right? Well, clearly, I think that they're continuing to put out new products, and they're continuing trying to open up new markets. And I think that this, again, flies in the face of that because they haven't stopped innovating, and they're continuously trying new stuff. I'm personally very excited for this news, and this news makes me even more bullish on PayPal, which again, right now is trading for a forward PE of around 15, I think it is, right, at this price. So, yeah, I mean, usually fintechs, they trade at PEs of over 30. I think PayPal could double and it wouldn't even be necessarily overvalued. But again, that's just all my opinion. Like, don't invest based on what you hear off of YouTube. Please do your own research. This is just for educational and somewhat entertainment reasons that I'm making these videos. Anyways, I'll leave the video here. Leave your comments down below and tell me what you think about this news. And be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed the video, and consider subscribing to this channel if you like this series. And be sure to follow me on X, which the link down below in the description for that as well. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.